Dialed in to Bucks and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use,
smarts of these studs.
because they know the brews.
And they know the Bucks. And they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
And save yourself some beer money.
Bucks
And brews.
Bucks and
Bucks and brews.
brews.
Bucks and Brews.
Welcome back to Bucks and Brews. Nick,
David.
this episode literally came out of therapy yesterday.
This is right after yours before mine. This is yeah. And it was funny because you texted me and it was like genius. And I was like, yep, I love that. I'm excited for it. And excited for what's going to come of this conversation. So
I think this is going to be a great conversation.
actually have say before everything though, guys, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. We appreciate you joining us. This might be my favorite guest of all time.
Because he brought beer.
That's exactly it, right? It wasn't the fact that I like the person. It wasn't the fact that anything about it.
I don't know
It was
if you
the
like
fact
the
that,
person.
I get sponsored by a person. Like, he's like, wait, you're not drinking this?
You didn't even know he was coming.
Here's a fucking beer. And I was like, any man that hands me a beer, I'm doing all right with this. So,
It was a surprise for you. You said at the beginning of every episode now, even though you forget 95% of the time.
if David didn't have his head up his ass, I already said it. Hey,
Did you?
thanks so much for joining us. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family.
Fuck off, assholes.
But go ahead and keep back to type.
All right, so what are you drinking? You're sponsored by.
Sheboygan Brewing Blood Orange Honey Ale. I hear it's like an Oberon, but more citrus.
I have that too. I'm going to open mine in a half a second here because I have an unfiltered cider from down east. It's strawberry.
Okay.
I like this. It's not as good as the guava passion fruit,
Yeah.
but this is
I
good.
still got to get that. So introduce our guest, and then we'll ask, because we know that he's drinking
So-
because he sponsored our beers.
He did. So longtime listener, contributor, coaching friend of mine. I have like 3 coaching friends. This is one of them. The great Steve Osborn. He ran his own.
It's not bad. It's
All right, I got to find out.
not. Yeah, it's not bad. I can see where you kind of get the Oberon aspect of things, but I like the honey in it.
I like the honey. The honey
Yeah.
hits you right away.
I say, and it's a blood orange, so it's not that orange citrus. Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, I like that.
Thanks for the sponsorship.
We have another longtime listener on right now.
Hey, Jeff. So, but
Steve was listening to us last week,
yes,
so he asked a couple questions, and I can't answer. How old is Brooke? Early 30s? Late 20s?
late 20s, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe you know what? Age once you get past old enough to drink around.
Yeah, no
I guess
shit.
it's just-
You just kind of put that shit out your mind.
You just got to stay young like me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
We're the oldest fucker here.
That's the funny thing is, right? Like, I'm just like, you say that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm probably just as old. It's cool, and like Brooke fits up in that. Like, I don't know. There's that young whippersnapper punk kid. Like, yeah, you could be 21, but like when you're still wearing collared shirts, trying to impress the world, like, I'm out. When you know how to go to the golf course and you're just getting just as shit faced as I am, all right, now you're up in the old dog's age,
How you
right?
doing, Jabba?
I brought beer.
Hey.
So therapy yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Angela, and I'm talking about our coaching and how we have all these 9 and 10-year-olds, and we have several travel ball kids, and how travel balls exploded with the younger ages. And I made the comment, I'm like, if they'd stop wasting all this fucking money on travel ball, they could take what they're spending, throw it in the S&P 500, and in 10 years probably pay for college.
Yeah.
And she goes, that sounds like a great Bucks and Brews episode. Have you ever talked about that? And I went, you know what? I haven't. And I texted you immediately.
Yeah.
And then I called you and I said, what are you doing? And you go, I'm getting ready to have therapy.
Say.
Did she talk to you about that at all, or did you bring it up?
No, I don't think we did.
No?
I know we talked about a little bit. Yes, we talked about it just for a couple seconds. About like, hey, yeah, this is gonna be a topic, and we're gonna meet up. But I said, it's Tigers baseball and Cubs baseball, so we chat but don't chat enough. Right.
Right.
So
It's hard to find time sometimes.
yeah.
So even Steve told me when I talked to him this morning, he goes, but the Tigers game starts at 3:08. I'm like, no, they're at 4:08. And then I had to look it up. 4:08.
4-8, yes. I say because Yes, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Right.
Just,
Neither would I.
Let's be clear about some things. So
I mean, myself, I'm going to go home and watch the Tiger game too. So, you know,
this episode will be ending
by 4.
right.
But anyways, so when it comes to travel ball, I mean, it's really exploded. And Steve and I can talk about it from a softball perspective. You have some hockey knowledge on hockey travel, which probably is the most expensive, I would say.
Well, that's not just the cost of the playing; it's your equipment.
Equipment,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, hockey equipment
And
very
ice
expensive.
time's super expensive, but softball and baseball are a totally different animal.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So my daughter is the oldest daughter here. So Steve and I really started crossing paths when his oldest got into high school. She played at Hopkins. Steve was a Hopkins parent, and I, of course, coached at Godwin. My teams were not nearly as good as the kids that I was playing against. His daughter was a phenomenal athlete. She just really was. One time she hit a home run against me and apologized as she was rounding third base.
I would never apologize to your ass.
She did. I mean, she felt so bad because she didn't try to hit it out, and she just did. Great kid. And him and I, you know, I threw together a fall league one year, and Steve had played in a few tournaments that I put together. He always liked my tournaments, and he got in this fall league, and you played 6 double headers for, I think it was $185
Yeah.
for the whole thing. And I mean, you know, when I played with Curtis, you know, when Caitlin first started playing fall ball, you're like $110 a kid
Yeah.
for the, you know, so I mean, you're talking a team of 10, you're over $1,000.
Yep.
And I'm like, fuck this. I can do this myself. I got access to fields. Let's just, you know, throw this together. And honestly, I mean, we had an umpire that couldn't see well and couldn't hear at all.
Nope.
But
I think you know him, don't you?
I met the guy once or twice.
once or twice, might have raised you. Because I remember one time I'm just sitting, because I couldn't coach. I was a high school coach, so I was just watching. And
I can't call what I can't see.
Right.
Yeah, 100 times.
so
Yep.
Archie made a bad call. And Yost and I apologized to Steve, and Steve goes, I've had him as an umpire a million times. I know what it's like. It's fine. It's fall ball. Who gives a shit?
So my kids,
I'll tell you, Todd.
my kids grew up.
Yes.
My kids grew up playing Little League at Pioneer Park. And
Yeah.
my oldest said he was just talking about we won districts 4 years in a row. I mean, we had Archie for team tournaments, and I mean, him and I have not argued. It's me arguing at him, me arguing at him, and him just staring at me like,
Yeah.
"What are you talking about?"
Every time it's the greatest thing I've ever, you know, I've thrown out more people than my grandfather. Would you believe that?
I can think of one specifically.
Mine. I don't know how long I umpired. I have a 12-year fucking record, right? 10 years, who knows? My grandfather umpired, I swear it was like 50 years. Okay, and I've thrown out more people than him. And this is true. And so I said, how the fuck do you just let it go? And he just looks at me and he just turns off his hearing aid. And I was like, holy shit, because he's deaf in one ear and literally can't hear out the other, right? So the hearing aid gives him just enough. But and so, you know, we've been umpiring probably together for 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. And he just goes, yeah. He goes, when a coach wants me to listen to him, right? They wave their hands, and he goes, I can see that. So then I go, oh, okay, time. And he turns his hearing aid on, which I never fucking caught, right? I just thought he's doing whatever. No, he turns his hearing aid, and then I'll have a conversation with you. But if he's done listening to you,
Turns
like
it off.
Yeah, you could sit there and talk to him. He'll just fucking. But like you know for a fact the call's not changing. You can bitch, scream all you want. He literally physically can't hear you, right?
And
so
he ain't
like,
reading your lips.
and he's just like, okay, yep, fucking call stands. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Greatest thing I've ever fucking witnessed in my life.
Well, the worst thing you can do is go to the field ump and ask for help because it takes them 25 minutes to walk out to, and then you're just like, I'm not doing this.
Right. Yeah. Well, now they've changed that rule to where there's time, right? So it's a waste of time to do that.
Yeah.
So, back when I was umpiring, there wasn't timed games that I remember. I mean, there was a few, but like nothing compared to what it is now.
Well, I used to get made fun of because drop dead time in a tournament.
Yeah.
We win the toss. I'm hitting first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People would be like, don't you want to be in the field? No, it doesn't matter because if you run out of time, you're done.
You go back. Well, so now they wrote it to where you go back to the beginning of the inning before it started at the drop dead.
It's crazy.
So, Yeah, things are changing in the sports.
So Steve has a pretty good idea of this, and I mean, we've looked up numbers. What does a typical organization cost for travel softball?
I actually talked to one of my buddies who's a coach, one of the national teams for a team around here.
Yeah.
And they just had to lower their cost because it's one of the biggest travel places around.
Yeah.
I believe they're right around $2,000 now. And they were at one point up to almost $2,700 for softball. Baseball is a whole different animal because they play way longer, more tournaments. And I got sick of paying. I mean, we played for a facility for 2 or 3 years, and it was a friend of mine's, and I coached softball and baseball both. And the girls, I think the last year we played there was like $600.
Mhm.
So my team essentially was going to be Hopkins varsity team. The second year we did it, and we put together this little Catholic school middle school team. We went to the Catholic School League, which is called Graciac, and we won it. And the parents were like, can we keep doing it? So we played 1 year under this other facility, and a bunch of drunk Catholic parents sitting at a fire together that know how to raise money. They're like, well, let's just do it on our own. The last 3 years that she played travel, my team paid $150 per person.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
2 full uniforms. We practiced 2 hours every Saturday in the off season. We played 6 tournaments, and 2 of those were showcases. But you got that many private school parents that know how to raise money. They just went out at sponsorships, and for 3 years it was $150 a kid.
That's cheap as shit.
So my last year, which was 2 years ago, I believe, 2 maybe 3 years,
Maybe
ago,
3.
my daughter's team, my youngest daughter's team, was the most I've ever charged, and I charged $400 for that year. And
Per kid?
yeah, and at the end of the year, I gave every parent $100 back because I had $1,100 in my account.
Okay.
But we ran it as a nonprofit. I didn't get paid. I did it because I loved teaching kids how to play softball and fundamentals. And there's so much of that goes into, it translates into your work life too. You know what I mean? Like working with people and just overcoming problems. I mean, that was a big thing. And I love doing it.
Yeah.
Do I miss it now? I think I tell you all the time. I miss the in-game stuff.
Mhm.
I don't miss all the other bullshit because I ran everything. Like I had at least 2 teams. The most I ever had was 3. I had a baseball team and 2 softball teams.
Jeez.
And getting insurance and tournaments. I mean, people don't realize now tournaments. Back then, when we first started it, tournaments were $450.
Or if you played a small local tournament, it might be 300.
Yeah, but I mean, like the guy that I was talking to today, the cheapest tournament he plays in is like, well, he plays in a couple that are $550, but they're little small ones. But any showcase tournaments, they're $900 to $1,500 for just the tournament.
Well, and something changed a few years ago, well after my daughter was out, that some of these tournaments require you to stay at certain hotels because they get a kickback from the hotel.
Really?
And if you don't stay at that hotel, you pay more as a team to enter your team in that tournament unless you're local.
The one good thing that they did is they got rid of gate fees because why are you
Gate fees are the
charging the
worst.
parents who paid for these kids to play? Why are you charging them? I mean, it's just a money grab.
Yeah, $5 to $10 each person that
time you
comes
come in.
through. Yep,
Every day.
That was
daily.
one of our guests that we've had on quite a bit, Adam the tent guy,
Yeah.
just made a video about that. He said, "Oh, I went to an apple orchard," and he said just to park they're charging $10 per person. And he goes, I was so fed up with it. He goes, "You're just charging because you can and because you want to," and so they did a couple things. But he goes, "I didn't do all these extras because
Sup, Will?
I'm already fucking annoyed that you've charged me $10 just to like, I don't know. I mean, just to walk in to watch a game, to watch your kid play, cost you money, which is astronomical."
Why are you charging grandpa and grandma to come watch your grandkid play a sport? That's
They had players that would say, "Hey, will you come watch me?"
Right.
And all of a sudden, I'm paying $5 to $10 to get in the fucking tournament, and I don't have any skin in this game. I'm just coming to support a kid of mine that plays for me on a different fucking team.
Nothing bothers me more than like even high school, because they'll charge a door fee for bowling, like for our bigger tournaments or whatever, and it bothers me so much because there's no kickback to it,
Mhm.
right? It's not like we get the perk of certain things. It's the school's trying to raise some funds for something. It's like, man, you could do it in so many different ways. So, Park Center, the first tournament that we are uninvited to. I like, they say, hey, bring toys for tots, and we'll waive all this, and so it's great. Like, I like when you're doing it for another reason, right? Not just a cause of, because we want to pocket fucking money, right? And the hard part is like as an umpire, you're watching and you're sitting there counting everybody around the outfield, and you're like, all right, so you've made $5,000, and I just got yelled at for fucking 25, right? Like, say, I'm not Archie. I can't just turn my fucking hearing aid off.
Well, and we got a comment here that says that's how they make money for the sports programs now. And I mean, that is, but so you already know in high school sports or even middle school sports, you're going to have some kind of fee depending on what the sport is.
Right.
So I know several years back, South Christian started charging for every sport. If you came to a softball game, you were charged $5 a person to get in.
Really?
Sorry, I'm not fucking paying to go to a high school softball game. I'm just fucking not.
Right.
I get it for football. I get it for basketball because those are two of the more popular sports.
Football is the number one profit revenue generating
Uh-huh.
sport in high school sports.
I remember playing football in high school. People would bitch and moan, going, "Well, why is the football team getting this? Why is the football team getting
Because they
that?"
make the money.
Because we bring in all the money and we do all the fundraising, so we get all the shit.
Yeah.
So here's a fun one. We were going to do a fundraiser for Hopkins softball, and we were told that whatever money we generated had to be divided between the entire athletic program, which is the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, every sport.
Yeah,
But it's football sharing their money.
some of it.
Some of it,
Some
but
of it goes to
not.
the boosters.
Yeah, well, yeah. I know that we probably did that in high school too. But when I fundraised at Godwin, I will tell you right now, because it's not like they can do anything to me because I don't fucking work for them anymore. I had Rachel come in and do tournament or do
Clinic.
clinics.
I was there.
And the last 3-4 years, they're like, "Oh, did you make any money?" I'm like, "Nope, didn't make a dime." I took that extra money, I spent it on the kids because every time I gave them fundraising money,
Gone.
it would come up less and less every time. I'd be like, "Give me an accounting of everything that was spent." And they're like, "Oh, we can't do that." Bullshit, you can't do that. You're just stealing my money. I should have $3,000 in my account. Why do I have 1,000?
And with starting up my own travel thing, the biggest thing that I had to do, I mean, we made ourselves a nonprofit,
Mhm.
and my wife, God bless her, she made things run. You know what I mean? Like,
I hope she heard that.
she probably did. But without all those, in the heart, like we talk about this all the time. The first year that we did it,
Mhm.
it's the greatest team and greatest parents I've ever had.
Yeah.
If the girls needed a water, 10 waters were sitting there. And my younger daughter's team, they were a pretty good group of people too. We had a couple issues, but that was my biggest thing is I was always chasing that unicorn. I want the first team. I want the first. Those parents were never argued. My assistant coach never talked because he knew to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah. No.
You don't have ideas, I do. But I mean, I did everything for free. I mean, I think almost every kid that played for me, they hit in my garage. I had a half batting cage.
Yep.
I hit in my garage. I didn't charge them ever. And I would rather me do my kids
Your
hitting.
wife's on right now. She loved that comment.
I would rather me do hitting lessons, and I didn't do any of the pitching lessons. I mean, I can do it, but they all had their own pitching coaches by
Right.
that time. And for $150 for the first team, and even 250 to 300 for the second team, you go find a hitting coach that's going to hit with you. And if you're going to find a hitting coach, and this is my biggest thing to anybody that's watching that has little kids, find someone that your kids work with and stick with that person. You can't have 7 different hitting coaches because everybody's going to teach you a different thing. Your kids are going to be messed up.
So my daughter started out at Diamonds. She had a couple times with random people that Billy would assign to her.
Yeah.
And I mean, Billy and I were, pretty good friends because I got in with him early when I started coaching. And like the second or third time, he sticks us with Kevin Baker. And Bake was having fun. And Caitlin liked that. He was cracking jokes and he knew what he was talking about. Like you knew he could help. And I asked her after the hitting lesson. She's like, I really liked him. So I got a hold of Billy and I'm like, can she just hit with Bake from now on? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. Just here's his number. Get a hold of him. And we hit with him until her junior year in high school. And he got a little harder to get a hold of. So she hit with Edgerly 3-4 times because he had a place out here and he's like, yeah, bring me your kid. I'll see. I'll see. I'm like, all right. And he has his own issues.
No.
So
Couple.
I go up to Lexi Yost's open house and her grandpa goes, yeah, Chris really wants to get in coaching. You should talk to him. And I'm like, cool. When you see him, bring him over to me. I don't know who the fuck Chris was. I think I've told this on the air before. I thought Lexi's dad's name was Todd. I had no fucking idea who he was. Because he never showed up to anything. He was always playing slow pitch. So he was never there. I knew Grandpa Yost. I didn't know who the fuck her dad was. So a little while later, her grandpa brings Chris up to me and he's like, yeah, I'm looking to get into coaching. Selin doesn't want me to be a part of Coopersville. So, would you have any interest in me being at Godwin? And I'm like, well, we play Monday nights out in Moline. Show up. Let's see what you can do. And the next day I show up at the slow pitch tournament up at Softball World. And Caitlin's playing for Dawn's work team. And Yost pulls up. It's him and his dad and the whole family. And the first pitch he hits goes like, I don't know, 420 feet. And I looked at Dawn and said, that's my new hitting coach. I didn't even a fucking kid once I saw that shit happen. And she hit with Chris for the last 3 years of school.
Nice.
There's just too much. I mean, stop putting your kids in front of so many different people. You got to find somebody. Bowling's the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so stupid.
You got one person telling them this, because I was a bowling coach too.
Mm-hmm.
I got one kid telling me to do this, one guy telling me to do this, then it just jumps all over the place, and then by the time the kid's brain's tied in a pretzel, and they don't know what to do anymore.
Well, and then they're fighting, and then they're fighting me, right, as their head coach. And, oh, my coach told me to do this, and but he's better than you, and this and that, and it's like, just, all right, cool. Like, you know what? Fuck, you already know what you're doing. Just go fucking do it then, right? Like, I'm not here to fight kids. I don't really give a shit, right? Like, I'm confident enough that this is what I'm going to expect. But I was at bowling for myself yesterday. I don't want to call that. I showed up to the bowling alley
and threw a ball.
It was so bad.
People
I saw your post. That was your post after your first 2 shots, and you're like, "This is going to be ass today."
I went 133 first.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I bowled that once.
Yeah. Say.
So did I when I was 6.
Say, there's the fucking crack. Yeah.
Yeah, I was probably 38.
Jesus. Trust me, it's not been great. But so I look at it and everybody asks, oh, are you gonna put on coaching clinics? Nope. Are you gonna do nope. Well, why? You're a good coach. Yep. But again, I don't want to give any more of my free time. I'm already doing this. B, there's a million other fucking people that, right, you've already learned from this person, right? This person teaches Saturday mornings. This person teaches this. My job as a coach isn't to teach them constantly what to do. It's to get them to learn how to take direction so that way the right people can do it, right? I tell my kids all the time, my job is to teach you how to do something and then for you to continue to go practice that something, right? Like there's a PBA girl that's local here that took over a Catholic school position, and her mom is like coaching as well. And I look, and she's coaching other kids from another school, and I'm just like, Jesus criminy. Like, yep. I don't know. I feel like if you have that herd mentality, right? So when you're just shelling money, oh hey, yeah, we charge $100 a game, $100 a game. It's like, man, I tell you what, you want to get good, just go throw the fucking ball. Right?
It's that in every sport, repetition. But I've told parents this a million times. Well, they do this and they do this and they do this. I said, yeah, but how many times do they do the same thing over and over again? And if it's bad reps, bad reps are worse than not doing it at all.
That's exactly.
If you're doing things the wrong way, that's worse. And I'm not saying that, and I'll never say this, I'm not the greatest hitting coach or whatever, but it's just being consistent with these kids. And I feel like there's some guys who've been doing this for years that it's literally a money grab for them too. Okay, I'm gonna go sit with you for a half hour, but it's $45 half hour.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do the same thing over and over. And I'm not gonna change anything. I'm not gonna try to fix anything.
Yep.
I'm just going to give you reps.
Yep.
But the thing that drove me the craziest was high school coaches. And this isn't high school coaches in general, but the ones that I dealt with. So I handed 8 girls when my daughter started as a freshman, and then the rest of her teammates, the rest of the 7, started as sophomores.
Mm-hmm.
They were told during the season, and mine, they hit with me almost all year round, right? And they're with their coach for 3 months.
Yep.
You're not allowed to talk to him at all.
Yeah.
So if you're struggling,
Mhm.
I've always done this. Like my pitching coaches, I've videoed my pitchers and I send it to the pitching coach. What do I tell her to do?
What do I do?
The things that help you get your kids to where they are,
Mhm.
use that.
Right.
Why turn away from that?
Why? Because you have a huge ego
Yeah.
and you only want them to listen to you.
I'm not kidding. This literally
By
happened.
the way, that coach is one of my least favorite fucking coaches ever. If I could drop kick a woman, that's the one I'd pick.
Oh, I say.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
Fucking hated her.
So, here's the fun, and this is a sexist thing, right? Women coaches are the most aggressive, most like it's like they came in, they have something to prove, they have to
Prove a
do
point.
all the, and it's like holy fuck. Like when I play soccer with my daughter, right? Like I've coached with like the women, they're just like they want to win, they want to do this, and I'm like, I shake your hand just to say it, like just let these kids have fun. They're like, no, and I'm like, oh, you guys have gone backwards and you're trying to prove something.
I mean, literally, I'm a competitive freak.
Yeah.
Okay. I hate to lose.
Oh.
But
Doesn't bother me.
my original team, my oldest daughter's team, I pushed them as a 14U team. They played 16U as a 14. We got our asses kicked.
All the time.
And the parents are like, is this going to get any better? I'm like, just be patient.
Halfway through the season.
No, the next year.
Oh, sure.
And then the year after that,
Mhm.
their last year,
Yeah. They're winning everything.
it was great. But you gotta, if you don't push your kids,
Mhm.
and some people are overboard with that. But if your kids are above average
Mhm.
in the position that they're in, maybe give them a little bump and say, hey, you're going to go sub on this team at this age, like the next age, just see what they can do. And if they can do it, let them go.
Well, that's what we have. We had the one girl this year, and David and I were talking about it. I have a girl who she's good, right? I mean, she's so quick that she's gonna outdo stuff. But again, as a coach, I'm going to make my third baseman come up, and she's gonna hit every fucking bunt you're ever gonna lay down. Like, if it was high school, you're gonna lay that bunt down, and I'm throwing you out every single time. She stayed so far back in the like I was, because I started watching because I'm like, okay, she's good, but like, is she great? My answer is no. I mean, no disrespect, but like, she's getting some of these things, and she's so far back in the box, and she's missing it, and that's why she's laying down bunts so she can try to get her timing, and then she's quick enough to outrun these bunt, and it's like, that's not great soft. Like, I'm going to beat you once I teach my pitcher how to move forward. Once I teach my third baseman how to fucking come up, like you're out 99. Lay down some good bunts. Don't get me wrong, but you are going to do this, and so teaching these kids how to do, as you said, like my job is to teach you how to play the sport, right? Like
Physically and mentally.
right. Oh, mental to me is fucking
Well,
huge.
I'm going to ask this question because, we're talking a lot about coaching. So
Yeah.
when we talk about throwing your kid on a travel team,
Mhm.
Steve, you can verify what I'm going to say. Many of the coaches for these teams don't necessarily know how to coach. They got a daughter on the team. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a kid on the team. I had a kid on the team. Okay. When Caitlin decided, hey, I really want to play softball, that's a passion of mine. I was a baseball guy because obviously I was a boy, so I didn't play softball. I went out and I learned how to coach softball because it was really important to her. And I was with 3 other guys that their kids also really liked softball, and we went to clinics and we learned how to teach it to girls because no matter what they say, yes, the skills between baseball and softball are interchangeable, but boys and girls are not. Boys feel good when they're playing well. Girls play well when they feel good. There's a totally different way to coach the two of them. Nick knows because he coaches both. I mean, even when we were coaching these young girls, Nick thought I was going to get into a fight.
I was hoping.
One of our last games. So I go to make a visit to the circle.
Yeah.
And I look over, And the other assistant coach, Tony, is fucking following me out to the fucking rubber.
Nope.
So I say what I have to say to the girls, and I turn around, I walk the fuck away, and Nick goes, I thought you were gonna deck him. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what he had to say. He didn't represent me at all. I'm just walking away.
Here's a fun one. We're in a middle school softball game.
Mm-hmm.
We have a girl pitching, really good bowler from Wayland.
Okay.
She's pitching, and I hear her dad whistling. Well, every time he whistles, it's a changeup. And I'm like, I put two and two. I'm like, so I walked over and I said, if you call a pitch one more time, because on a changeup, and my catcher doesn't know it's coming, she's going to fall forward because you're waiting for that come, and then she's going to get hit by a bat.
Yeah.
And I just, it blew my mind. And then me being
You.
dad, watching my son, and I was guilty of this, but I owned it. Watching my son's middle school baseball game. They're playing East Grand Rapids. This right off at the belt line, right by Calvin College.
Mhm.
This kid gets up, and in the outfield is a big hill. He hits it to the top of the hill. Okay. Next time he's up, my son's calling pitches. And I'm sitting behind the backstop. I'm like, you know where to pitch him, right? Right at his knees. Second pitch hits him. The dad that was coaching middle school comes out of dugout with his arms raised. He's like, what the? I'm like, you're right, my bad. But I said he's on first base, not at third or home. But he's calling it, when you have a dad coach, which I was a dad coach. I mean, I coach all my kids, but my kids knew when I walked on that field, I ain't your dad no more.
That's what I.
They don't call you dad.
No,
Your Coach Osborn, your coach.
they call
your
you
coach.
the asshole.
Okay.
I say David's coach with me now, and the end, like my daughter calls me coach, right?
Yeah.
And
She knows.
yep, Emerson, and I coach my kid on the field, but I do not yell at my kid on the field. I make everybody else do it. Like
I
I yelled at my kids on the field.
I do it all the time.
I do, but hey, I'll yell, hey, you gotta swing the bat. But then I literally just go, David, have some words, please. Todd, have words, please.
Nick will be sitting at first base if she doesn't swing, and he'll be like, David. I'm like, I already got it.
Because I can't be the one to yell at her in sports and out of sports, because I'm yelling at her out of sports. I'm letting you know that.
Well, again, with her, Emerson and I have never had a good relationship. Like,
No.
she does not like me.
Well, I mean, she did when she was 4 and you brought her socks.
Well, but that was 9 years ago.
Right.
So
6 years ago.
whatever. And
Yeah.
I think our relationship changed a little bit with softball
Yeah.
because she knew I was on her side. And
Oh, 100%.
the things I would tell her would be like, listen, this is what you have to do. I need this. And if she was facing a pitcher that wasn't scary because they didn't throw too hard, she would do everything I asked her to do. Now, if they threw hard, all bets were out the door. She didn't give a fuck. She just wasn't swinging.
Yep. Oh, she was not swinging.
But
You know what I want you to do? I want you to watch these kids that are at that age right now, that are like ahead of the curve, right? They're you watch in the next
Oh, they're gonna drop.
4 years,
They're gonna drop.
they're gonna plateau.
yeah, 100%.
Well, that's-
The best kid at 12 is never the best kid at 16.
Oh gosh, no.
One that I've coached in the past, and she went to Wyoming high school.
Yeah, but for the most
She's a
part.
freak.
Yeah, but for the most part.
Yeah, I took
Well,
my younger daughter's team, the team that I just got done with. They started at 8, 9 years old,
it's insane.
and I had kids from Martin, and they had never lost a rec ball game in their life.
Rec ball.
Oops.
Our first tournament, Davenport,
Okay, yeah.
I walked out, and this girl's a great pitcher at her age, 10 years old, could sling it. I said, they're going to hit you. She's like, really? I said, you're not going to throw, you're not going to strike the first 4 batters out.
Right.
First girl, first pitch, hits a line drive right at her face. She dropped and didn't hit her. I had to call timeout, and I walked out and I said, you okay? She's like, yep, just not used to that.
Yeah.
Our first practice indoors, the first hour,
Yeah.
we did bunt coverage
Mhm.
at 9 years old.
Mhm.
And these parents are like, why? I said, they're going to bunt the piss out. And once they find out we can't cover it, they're going to keep bunting. And they're like, it's really? And I'm like, yeah, they're playing at 9 years old. They're playing high school rules except for the distance, the pitching distance and the size of the ball. They're using an 11-inch ball.
Yep.
And they're pitching at 40 feet.
Yep.
And then when they get to 14,
35 feet.
is it 35?
35.
At 14, they're at 40.
Yep.
Or 43.
40.
At 14, they're not.
At 14, they're 40.
And then they're 16 at
12,
43.
12, they're 40.
But all your other rules,
Yeah.
it's not because like Little League, at that age, you can't leave till the ball leave your hand or till it crosses the plate.
This is the play.
Yeah.
But then in travel, it's going to lose their hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm stealing second base in a
I know.
9U 10U game. I'm stealing second base
fucking
every pitch.
I know you are.
So
It
Caitlin's
bugs me.
Every pitch.
Caitlin's 12, and this is the first time I put her in Byron Little League. And of course, I'm running a lot of stuff out there, and they're like, yeah, we go play in 3 tournaments every year. I'm like, cool, what tournament? So they played at Lowell, they had their own, and they played at SKRA.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Is that still a
Do you
thing?
know what that stands for?
No.
yeah,
Stupid
stupid
kids
kids
running
running.
Is that one? I was like, wait, that was me.
So-
back when it used to be a cornfield and there was no road there.
SKRA
God.
was everything you could expect because it was rec ball.
Oh yeah.
The Byron tournament was basically rec ball. The Lowell tournament was not. So I get out to Lowell, and I think Caitlin was at Dickheads this weekend, so I didn't have her. And I mean, I had coached only Little League at this point.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was used to some good Little League teams at Pinery or Caledonia or whatever, but I wasn't used to travel.
Yeah.
And we get out there, and the first coach I'm coaching against is the JV coach at Wayland. And she bunted about 18 straight times and was safe every fucking time because I didn't work on bunt coverage. My kids didn't know how the fuck to cover that shit. Also, it was ASA pitching rules, so you couldn't step back to pitch. You had to pitch with both feet on the rubber and just go forward. And these kids I had didn't know how the fuck to do that.
And bunt cover, you talk about it, but like nowadays, right? I'm gonna say slap bunts, but still, like at this point, I mean, even high school. You watch. We had high school girls that would not charge this, right? You tell them to charge. I mean, how many times do we get a third baseman to take 2 steps forward and then they get scared, so they are like they're on the base and they're like, so they're 50 feet or 60 feet away and they're still backing up because it's just insane. Like
I mean, my own child was the best one, but I had crazy girls on my team, and like they're at third base.
yeah,
I literally had to hold them back.
Yeah.
My daughter would literally come from second base round, and I would literally look at her and say, "Fuck with the catcher,"
yeah.
and she would.
Mhm.
I'd never seen her thrown out in a pickle ever, never once,
There you go.
because her acceleration was crazy.
Yeah.
And she'd get this smile on her face, or she'd to get her lead. And I did this with several of the girls. You get your lead, obviously you're outside the line, but you get your lead, and I tell them, get aggressive. And the minute I say go, because they're gonna throw it at you. The minute they
100%.
throw it, you're gone, and you better slide.
Yeah.
Because 3 things have to happen. She has to make a great throw.
Yep.
She has to catch the ball, and then she has to throw the ball back.
Yep.
Actually, 4 things. Because the catcher has to catch it.
Catch it.
And
And
tag.
tag. There's 5. But
All you have to do is get there.
yeah,
All you have to do is run hard.
right.
Slide.
But like you and I were talking about earlier, I mean, we talked
Mhm.
several times over this. But my biggest issue with all of this are parents,
Mm-hmm.
because every parent's kid is a D1 athlete.
Oh, absolutely.
At 9 years old, she's a D1 athlete.
Well,
It's just it's crazy. I
That's
keep
tough.
this. We call it the Hall of Fame.
I've coached greatness.
These are in my 2-team organization. These are all kids who are or have played collegiate softball. I had
all the organizations.
no out of mine.
Oh, okay.
Just my 2 team. Like I had 2 teams,
Yep.
2 softball teams, and there's 3 more that are. I've had 16 or 17 girls that
Yep.
either are currently playing collegiate softball or have played, because the older ones are done.
Yeah, yeah.
So 16. So how many 2 teams?
2 teams,
So 10 apiece.
11.
11 apiece. How many years? 22 kids.
What do we figure?
I'd say like 14.
Yeah, but see, and that's the other weird thing is, what is that noise?
We're doing
There's
Instruction
happening
downstairs?
Just hoping you weren't farting.
Yeah.
I was not. We have a flood here, so
I kept the core group of my kids, 6 or 7 of them, together the entire time.
Yeah. But still, so it's 22. How many years? We were going to say
So the
12
the
years?
first team was 4, the other one was 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, so 8.
so 12 years.
12 years, yeah.
Okay. 264 players, whether it was the same, whether it was rotation, 264 players, and you had
16 or 17.
17 kids. right? So 15% of these kids, right? And
Got
that's-
money to play somewhere.
Right, like,
And I mean, the rest of them,
yeah.
there's others that could have,
Yeah.
just didn't want to.
Yep.
But
Well, I mean, that's always the thing, because I had like 5 kids that were recruited at Godwin. Only 2 signed to play in college, and only 1 ended up playing.
my youngest daughter, she could have played, didn't go.
Yeah.
And we talked about this today.
Only like let's say 6, almost 7%. Only 7%. So less than 10%.
Yeah.
I did my math.
And
right.
that's paying almost nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's $150 a year for the first ones that played 4 year. That's nothing. The other one were 200 to 400.
Oh yeah.
It's still nothing.
So when I look up average cost of travel, it's between 5 and 10,000 a year.
Yep.
And that includes everything. That includes equipment and
Hotels.
training and hotels and travel. And
Equipment. Equipment's expensive.
you would think.
It's like bowling. Bowling's a cheap sport, is it?
Oh fuck.
I bring $500 of bowling ball. Or,
Is that it?
well, I mean, I only carry 2 and a spare ball.
So
So
I,
I have 3 to league because I mean it's house shot.
Well,
I go to a tournament, I bring 6.
my daughter decides to bowl her sophomore year of high school.
Mhm.
I'm not buying her a fucking ball. I don't know if she likes this shit. She's like 3 weeks in, and Lubbers gets a hold of me and goes, "What do you mean Caitlin doesn't have her own ball?" I'm like, "Why the fuck would she have her own ball? There's balls in the fucking bowling alley." And she goes, "Fuck you, I'm coming over. We're going to buy her a fucking ball." And literally, she came over to my house, picked out a ball online, had that shit shipped to me, and I had to go have that drilled immediately. And she's like, "Don't ever do this again." I'm like,
$250.
right, roughly.
Yeah.
I mean, right. You can get a mid-range, but like
by the time she was a senior, she had like 4 balls.
right, which you say it's a 1 ball per year, right, on average. So mind you, a 3-ball rolling tote right now
Your wife says 12 years, just so you know.
is $100, right? So 2 bowling balls at, so let's go performance, right? So let's go 250. The second one you're going to get a mid, that's 200, and let's go with a plastic spare ball, which they're not making
60.
well plus drilling and
Yeah.
all that. I mean, so you're at 110. So I'm going to say just in your bag, you're at 500 worth of bowling balls, right? Maybe a little more.
My $230 bowling shoes.
You're 230, and because if you have the fucking cheap Atonics, you're doing it wrong. But I mean, I will tell you, I own, I don't know, 57 pairs of fucking shoes. You want to know the most expensive pair I own?
Your bowling shoes.
Absolutely, they are. Dexter SST5LXs. I've owned 13 sets. They don't make them anymore. I am literally on to my last set. I have nothing else to do. I tried to wear some G3s. I won. They're in the back of my car. I put them on one time, made one slide, took them the fuck off, and said I'll never wear these again. But
I've worn 3Gs since the tour
yeah,
leather, the kangaroo, whatever they were.
yeah,
I wore those for 6 years.
yeah.
Went up to throw a shot in front of Jessica Lubbers. The heel tore off
Yeah.
my slide foot. Like not just the Velcro, the heel's gone.
Yeah, the whole-
I fell on my ass.
Oh yeah.
Sent those back. They sent me another pair, which was the replacements for those. 2 shots in the heel split because I'd plant my heel hard. So they sent me their whatever the newest one, the newer tour ones. They're white, whatever.
Oh sure.
Those things they have a plastic outer sole.
Okay.
They're great.
Huh. But,
But
yeah, it's
I was a Dexter guy my whole life.
oh, see, and I will tell you. So just there, you're at $1,000, and that's just for one shot, right? I'm going to tell you, even if you play a house shot, it's going to dry up by the end of it. So you need a mid grade.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You have the choices, but for any average kid that would start out, I'm going to tell you it's $1,000.
Well, then you start getting like my son is a good bowler. He bowled in college.
Yeah.
You look at it and
How much?
okay. Now I have a pearl symmetrical, a pearl asymmetrical. I have a solid.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
there's just all these different cover stocks,
Oh.
all these different weight blocks. They all do different things.
So just starting out, it's
It's probably. I mean, if you're gonna do it seriously,
Yeah.
you're $1,000.
oh, easy. But like, and then the funny thing is, I had a kid who was notorious for saying that people kept stealing his shit, aka he just was so lazy and forgot to keep grabbing it. But do you know how much chamois cost?
Yeah, I go through one about every 3 weeks. I forget
That
the
you
bowling
fucking
alley.
do.
Because you're drinking and you forget it.
$25 fucking dollars for a chamois, and like you're an asshole that's buying them every 3 weeks. Like,
I went
$25
to.
fucking dollars.
I showed up Sunday and I didn't have my chamois and I'm freaking out because the pro shop's not open.
Yeah.
So I had this damn cloth that my wife uses for wiping dust out of it, and I use that and I'm like, it just doesn't get it clean enough.
Oh.
And I'm thumbless,
Oh yeah.
so I have to have that.
Yeah. Because otherwise
It's the oil like it'll fall, and I'm traditionally one-handed thumbless.
Yeah.
Now I'm two-handed.
Oh,
evidently.
evidently.
Because you fucked yourself up.
But back to what we were talking about, these parents, not every kid's going to get a scholarship to play these sports. And I've told people this for years. If your kid has athletic ability, has drive, has grades, there's a place for them to play. And
100%.
it's normally softball. And we talked about this a bunch of times too. I hate that parents look down at junior colleges. My daughter, Davenport, wanted her. Then that was the year they were going from NAIA to D2.
Yep.
Oh, sure.
They looked at her and they said, "We got a spot for you, but you can run." She's like, "I don't want to run. I want to play. Your first year, you're going to run." She probably could have walked in. We put pencil to paper and found out how much it was, and then she ended up going to Lake Michigan College and playing at a JUCO school.
Yeah.
My son both at a JUCO school. I mean, I think any parent that turns their nose up at that, and if you want your kids to have the college experience, there's a bunch of JUCO schools that have dorms that they can live in.
Sure.
Lake Michigan College, beautiful dorms. Jackson College, beautiful dorms. Go find something like that. Why get yourself so far in the hole financially that you have to dig yourself out? My youngest son, both my boys are huge, aren't they, David?
They are. They're
6'4"
big men.
gigantic kids. My younger son had 17 colleges that wanted to play football. We talked him out of going to college because you struggled through high school. You hated high school.
Yep.
Why are you going to go pay?
What was the highest level that wanted him to play football?
He could have played D2.
He could have played D2. Where?
Davenport for sure.
Okay, so Davenport.
How
How
my
many-
best friend
Uh-huh.
is played at what was it? UNC Charlotte.
Okay.
D1.
Yeah.
Just transferred. He's at Rutgers. He's on TV all the time. Every Saturday. Every Saturday Rutgers plays. He's an end. He's a big ass kid. His mom forever said he's playing basketball. He's playing basketball. I said your son is a phenomenal football player. Could have went to Grand Valley to play basketball. First phone call his senior year from Central Michigan. Now all of a sudden he's going to play football.
There you go.
And then it was they were flying him all over the country. I mean, you go to a D1 school, they pay for all your stuff, they fly you there. You and one parent, they put you up, they put you on all the stuff. You get to see all sorts of neat stuff. But he ended up going to UNC Charlotte because that's where he fit. Well, then once the coaching stuff changes, then he left. But that's the other thing that I mean. There's a situation at Davenport right now. A girl that I've known for a while. She went to Davenport this year. She got recruited by the old coach. The old coach got fired. Now she's playing for a new coach. If you want to transfer in that situation, I don't care. But there's no loyalty in those sports anymore. Everybody's just transfer portal. I mean,
Yeah.
And it's all for money.
Well, and let's just talk about athletes because I love numbers. So 2% of high school athletes will play at a D1.
That's actually up.
It
is.
it was 1.3 a long time.
It's 1.9 of men, 2.1 of women.
Wow. Okay.
D2, 1.4 of men, 1.4 of women. And D3, 2.3 of men and 2.3 of women. So out of all of the athletes, you will have 4,303,996 men that get to play college sports.
Do you know what I wish was on there? I wish JUCO and NAI.
I do as well, because that's 5.6% of men, 5.8% of women, which the women are only 2.8 million, almost 2.9 million. Because again, less women play sports.
Well, not say how many times did they say it this year, right? Our goal. So it's 68% of female athletes by the age of 15 stop playing competitive sports.
Mhm.
And because I was looking at the umpires, which we had a lot of female umpires the entire time, which was great. And I said, my goal is to get these kids at this young age to want to continue past the age of 50, because I want them to learn that this is fun. And I mean this with all due respect, right? We can sit here and have the conversation about women's sports and all that, but especially on the women's side, what can you name a sport that you're going to be able to retire off of? I mean,
No.
On the women's side,
yeah.
none.
Caitlin Clark's about the only person I know that has money that could actually. It's like,
And it's a sliver of what the men make.
Right.
But I will tell you. You know what? I'd like to look it up. Serena Williams with her winnings. I'd like to see what her
Tennis.
Yeah, but
Tennis could do
her
it.
endorsements.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Sick.
That's what it is.
That's what I'm saying. So endorsements. But I couldn't name. I can do Serena Williams. Venus probably gets some money, but Caitlin Clark's making some money.
Steffi Graf made a lot of money playing tennis too.
Yeah. Say
Yeah, but if you look outside of tennis, I mean, you might have a
Maybe some golf?
Women's golf. I'm telling you right now, Nelly Corda, she makes a sliver what the men make. But again, you look at their purses for the women's tournaments, they're hundreds of $1,000s, not millions.
Oh shit. Okay. So Mia Hamm actually has a net worth
Mia Hamm,
of
yeah.
$35 million.
Yeah, but again, it's not all from playing soccer. A lot of it's
No.
from endorsements.
Oh, yeah.
And again, this is horrible to say, but if you're an attractive woman, you get more endorsements.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, because who didn't love Jenny Finch? Well, Jenny Finch was a very attractive girl. Who didn't love Mia Hamm? She was an attractive girl.
it's not even on here. Like, so Julie Ertz, which is my daughter's favorite soccer player, which is fine, played over in Seattle.
Mhm.
The time we were gonna go fucking fly out and see her, she fucking retires. But Julie Ertz, like her net worth's not even fucking on here.
Yeah.
Right? She played for women's national team, blah blah blah. Like, and fucking what's Pulisic's fucking stupid net worth? She didn't even win me a national title. Wow, let's say that's a lot of Pulisic. Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. But like,
What? And while you're looking stuff up, so let's just kind of pivot back to the original statement.
yeah,
So instead of taking that $5,000, which again is probably lowballing because I love to lowball.
we're doing close to an average, yes.
Right. So we're going to take $5,000 worth of travel ball per year.
Yep.
And let's say you start your kid out at 8 years old because we have some of those.
Mhm.
And you, instead of paying that $5,000, put it into the S&P 500.
Yep. How do you do that?
So honestly, you could just get on any like Stash or Public or Robinhood or
Betterment.
Acorns, Betterment, and just transfer that money into the S&P 500, which on average yearly returns 10%.
Mhm.
I like to be conservative.
Sure.
Let's say you're only returning
5%.
So 5% for 10 years, and you put $5,000 in every year, get you at $71,033.
Yep.
$34.
94 cents.
Right.
That pays for a year and a half of college.
Well, it depends on the school, though.
What school you go to?
I mean, if you go to a community college for 2 years, you're coming out of that with $68,000 still. And now you only got to pay for 2 years of school, which you might get out of school debt free at that point if you're smart. If you're smart and you have good grades and they throw money at you, because they will at academic kids, you might have money left over.
I never had that issue with my kids.
But
I mean, nobody threw money at me either until I got to college, and then they're like, "Oh, you're smart."
like I told David earlier, I said, I can't even tell you how many kids I know. That's a great beat. How many kids I know that
and then he changes that. You say, way to say something, asshole.
but, like, how many kids I know that went to play a collegiate sport and they last a year because they get burned out.
Oh, I played 1 year for Davenport.
And I watched so many of these parents. They just, I mean, I pushed,
Mhm.
but I didn't push that much.
Your oldest kid, how long did she play in college?
1 year.
1 year.
Drew, 1 year.
The first Godwin kid I had played a year and a half. That was it.
Mhm.
The second Godwin kid I had that went to school didn't even play.
Okay.
Before she hit that spring semester, she was out.
But I've always preached this to my kids, and when I say my kids, I mean any kids I've coached, and,
Yep.
and that's not just softball, that's hockey.
Yeah, any sport.
Use your God-given talents to help pay for some of that
Mhm.
school if you can.
Mhm.
And you're not going to the NHL, you're not going to the Major League Baseball, you're not going to be an NFL football player. Like the kid that I was talking about from Hopkins, my boys talk about all the time. He's probably going to go to the combine. If you make a practice squad, what is it, $300,000 a year to be in the practice squad in the NFL? That's a great thing.
Yeah.
When he left the transfer portal, he bought with his NIT money, he bought a Tesla.
Mhm.
I mean,
There's a kid right now that graduated from Godwin. He's playing for the Cowboys.
Oh, really?
But
yeah, my son dummied him in high school every time.
how many kids out there are like that?
None. I mean, let's see.
It's very rare. I'm a Plainwell grad.
Yeah.
For the longest time, our claim to fame was Ed Gale, who was Howard the Duck.
Yeah. He just passed away.
He did. And then it was the swimmer whose name I can't remember. She's a very decorated Olympic swimmer. I can't remember her name.
It's not Katie Ledecky, that's
It's
for
not.
sure.
It's the other one. And then it's Jack Conklin, who played several years with the Titans and the Browns.
Sure.
But look at Hudsonville
Tesla.
now.
Yeah.
Johnny Vanderwall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only person that's ever scared me when I walked into the batter's box, because in high school he was throwing upper 80s, low 90s, and he wasn't even a pitcher.
No,
He just threw gas.
he was a yeah.
Do you guys follow? So you TikTok? Do you TikTok?
Eh,
Can't think. The bigger Asian guy. I can't think of his name.
Bigger Asian.
He's a baseball player. He played pro ball for a second. I'll look him up.
I don't know. Anyways,
But he's going around like having kids try to strike with 10-year-olds struck him out. Like there's a 10-year-old throwing 90s, right? He's like, this is ridiculous.
in the food, man.
These kids
the
are
kid that pitched for the Brewers yesterday,
Yeah.
Mizorowski. If you go to like Cubs sites, they're blowing him up because he freaked out about, getting that ground ball and running all the way to first and touching the bag. And people are like, what a goof. How many of you motherfuckers are running to first and touching the bag and getting it out in the fucking playoffs? Yeah, he's a goof, but who gives a shit? Isn't that what's great about fucking baseball? The kid throws 104 fucking miles an hour. He has every right to be excited because he's like 21 fucking years old. Let him have fun.
Who was I watching the other day in the first round? They have a dude that throws nothing but changeups. 83-mile-an-hour changeups the entire time he pitches.
okay.
And they can't hit him.
Yeah.
Or it's pop flies.
Yeah. How many kids have you coached that are like, she throws too slow, I can't hit her?
My daughters.
All the fucking time.
Well, that's
And mind you, when somebody comes out there throwing 62, they're like, she throws too fast, I can't hit her. Fuck you.
Well, I've preached for years. The harder she throws, the farther it goes.
100%.
And so that's like when I was looking at it, hoping my daughter would get the girl that was slow because she's throwing up beach balls, and it's like perfect for her. And say she didn't get a hit, but she put a bat on the ball.
She popped out to first base, and everybody was so fucking excited.
I will never forget one of the local softball coaches around here used to tell, because Lexi's not a big girl.
No.
She can't hit for power.
I don't think anybody hit more home runs off me than that fucking kid.
Yeah.
And it's not like they had great pitchers. I mean, she went and got the fucking ball and hit some bitch out.
Just quick hands.
Damn, college is getting crazy. It's fucking ridiculous.
What, prices?
Prices?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Look at Davenport. Davenport and Hope are almost the same.
Oh, Devin, I went to Davenport, and trust me,
One of my former kids is coaching a Hope now.
really.
Brander, yeah.
You know what I tell everybody? If you have a daughter who's athletic, teach her how to do one or two things, or both. Teach her how to bowl and teach her how to play golf. There are more female bowling scholarships and golf scholarships than any other sport. When Lexi was looking at Davenport, one of my buddies is one of the Davenport coaches. He's like, let her dual sport. And I'm like, her average is like 90. He said, I'll give her $3,000 a year. And McCall's like, no, you ain't dual sport. But he's like, we have girls they had girls back then at Davenport, which it's not that way right now because Davenport's good.
So,
But he's like, we have two girls that they average like 85, 90, and they get money because we have to fill those spots.
Jessica went there and she graduated 2 years ahead of my daughter. And one of the coaches kept coming up to Caitlin her senior year and they're like, hey, have you thought about bowling in college? And she's like, I mean, that'd be cool and all, but you don't have a program I want. And they're like, yeah, but you could come bowl and we'll give you some money. And she goes, but again, you don't have a program
You're
I want.
student
yeah.
athlete,
Correct.
not an athlete student.
And she was, I
Coaches
mean,
don't get that.
I will give it to my kid. She was smart as hell because she's like, no, I'm not going someplace just to bowl because I want to get my degree and they don't have anything I want to do.
Well, Davenport tried to change Lexi's deal to be sports communication.
Yeah.
You can do sport or social media for the Griffins. And like, she's like, no, I
The
don't
one person that gets to do that job, right?
One.
Like, yeah, it's like
one.
Yeah, there's not a lot of call for that shit.
There's one person for each team. Maybe two.
And how many teams do we have in the area? So we have the Griffins and we have the Whitecaps.
Mhm.
We'll have a soccer team eventually.
Mhm.
So there's going to be 3 at some point.
of paid positions.
Paid position.
Rampage is coming
We're
back.
gonna have an arena football team.
Okay, so we'll have a 4th. But right now we have 2.
Yep, I say coming back. Well, so no, you have the Grand Rapids Drive, the Grand Rapids
Sorry,
Gold,
the
the
Grand Rapids
Rise.
Gold, yes.
the Rise. So
Okay, so
um,
so maybe you have a couple more opportunities. But again, that's not
It's
a
gonna be
lot
a
of
part, it's a
opportunity.
part-time gig.
How many people are going for those jobs?
Oh, a million.
Everybody from Davenport.
Right.
Well,
Because they told everybody at Davenport, hey, you should go into this.
yeah.
Well, and the other way you can go with that too is you can be an athletic director,
Mhm.
which God knows we need a bunch of those.
I mean, we do.
Say,
Just like we need a bunch of umpires. I thought Steve over there was going to be an umpire at one point.
Yeah.
you should.
No.
But say, I just watched a video of an umpire, or so it's this soccer ref, right? And comes over, and this is like 12, right? And he's like, you do realize that there's so many people that don't want to be an umpire, and it's because of people like you, and you take this so ridiculous. Just sit down, shut the fuck up, and have a good time. He didn't say fuck because he's a better man than me, but right, and like there's people like clapping and this and that, and it's like, God, you guys take this way too ridiculous. You know,
How many times did me and the other assistant coach bitch about umpires?
only a couple to them or to me.
To you.
Oh, too many times. Say yeah.
Him way more than me.
Yeah, of course. But
And what did we say to the umpires?
it is what it is.
Hey, good game, Blue.
Yeah, say it. Well, it's the one that, like my
I mean, they're like 15-year-old girls.
my coach
Whatever.
my coach is
15-year-old boys. Whatever.
my assistant coach is like bitching, and so finally I was like, Blue, all you have to do is give an appeal, or like we have the ability to ask for an appeal. You have the ability to tell us no. If you say no, we fucking go on with the game. If you say yes, it goes to that person who has no clue what's going on, and then we go back to the game.
Literally, next playing umpire explaining how to umpire to everybody.
So you're that dad.
Yeah.
I was that coach.
He was.
That coach. It's like, okay, so I had a learning lesson because I'm old because right, you and I, it used to be out of the hand. That's when you could leave. Now it's across the thing. Also, they're playing pitcher's circle. Okay, which I think this girl's making shit up, but I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. So what?
She's making shit up. I'm sorry. So there's a girl at first.
Ooh,
sorry.
that's my favorite one.
She got walked, okay?
Mhm.
And she ran past first base.
Girl on
And
third.
then she came back.
Girl on third.
Fine. Mind
No.
you, no, she ran back. And
No.
the girl's standing in the circle just holding the ball. Doesn't do shit. So then she steals second.
No,
What do you mean, no?
that's not what happened.
Okay, you tell it your fucking way then.
Say, all right, girl on third, base on balls. Girl takes off, base on balls, goes to first. Supposedly, and this is where I didn't see.
I think you're right. I think she went all the way, didn't she?
Runs past, goes to second.
Yep.
Runs past second, a little bit. Right, makes a little joggy turn.
Runs past second and stops.
Right, makes a little joggy turn and stands on second. So, mind you, okay,
He's
so
right.
during this time, my girl has the ball in the pitcher circle.
Just holding it, not doing anything.
Right.
Not even looking at the girl.
So then, right, the question was, okay, we're my catcher got it right back to her. So I said, hey, time, is she out for stealing? We're on the pitcher's mound, right? We're the pitcher's mound.
Before anybody says anything, the coach at first base goes, she's allowed to run straight to second. I said, I don't care if she ran to second. I care about her rounding second and stopping.
Making an advance.
and
third
then
base.
going back to second.
She can walk
Yep.
as long as it's continuous motion.
Continuous.
She can go to second, but she has to stop at second. Once she rounds and makes an advance towards third, she's out.
She's supposed to be. Well, so the idea was in this umpire said because her hand was not at her glove, it was up. It wasn't up here to make a play, or it wasn't in the glove ready to set or something like that. So it wasn't like she was attempting to get the game going. So it was, but I was like, then that's called a dead ball, and she's at first, right? Like, and I said, look, I'm not going to argue with you. I just want to know for when this happens again. And I said, what you're going to call, because I'm going to go fucking look this rule up and figure it out. But like, right, that was, and so I'm like, no, like if you're playing safety as being on this, you go past, you're out. Like at this point, like,
well, and
my
I'm the rule guy because I coached at Godwin. I need to know the fucking rules because I'm going to get fucked over every time.
absolutely right.
So immediately I'm like, yeah, she's out. And they're like, no, the pitcher looked at her and went like this. I'm like, no, she fucking did. Both of her hands were together. She was just standing on the rubber.
So it was just, and it's fine. But like again, and so I look at it and I just go, okay,
I'm doing the same thing.
like cool, like,
And then other coach is losing his
shit.
fucking mind.
Hey, she's out this that, and I was like, okay.
I just looked at Nick. I'm like, yeah, that's the wrong call. And he's like,
The call made. You're not going to change. They're not going to say, okay, you were right. I'm going to change it.
100%.
Yeah, it's
I can't call what the fuck I didn't see. Like the chance that those two watched her pass the base and me to prove that she passed the base. I already know where this is headed. You made your call. You're confident in what you are. You're going to stick together. Again,
The other one's not going to call the other one off, so
absolutely.
it takes credibility away. I mean, I was a hockey ref for a while.
Oh god, yeah.
The minute I make a call,
Yep.
if there's a question before I actually make my arm goes up, blow the
Yep.
whistle, and if I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 90%, I'm going to get with the other guy and we're going to talk about it.
Yep.
But the minute my partner makes a call,
Yep.
and the coaches call us over and they talk to us, I'm not going to throw him under the bus. I'm going to stick with him.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Because then it's me against him, and you can't have that.
Yeah.
At one point, we asked a question on a call, and this was the one where Nick was explaining, hey, you have the option to either say, yes, I want to confer, or nope, I saw it clearly, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And, you know, the other coach is losing his fucking shit. And I looked at Nick, and I'm like, even if they ask at home plate, she has no idea what the fuck's going on. She didn't see anything. She knows nothing. It's not going to get overturned. And he's like, yeah, I know. And the goal and field is like, nope, I saw it. And I'm like, all right, move on.
Here's me getting mad at an umpire. They do something, they make the wrong call, and I don't like it. I literally say these words. I disagree. And hold on, if I'm pissed off,
Yeah.
now I strongly disagree.
Yeah. So if I'm upset, it's usually, hey, that was a good spot. Let's get back at it. Or I like to say, when the next pitch goes above their head, I then go, oh, where was that one blue? So
I've never said that in my life.
Closest I've ever been to being thrown out of a game.
David's just like this ball's passed.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, should we ask me that one was? And David's like, Jesus, man.
Closest I ever got to getting thrown out of a game. So Yost is arguing with Father fucking Time. And I'm fucking annoyed because he sucks. And I'm like, I gotta stop this shit. So I walk over to Chris and I start walking him away. And I look at Father Time and I'm like, dude, just walk away.
Yeah.
And then the motherfucker wanted to throw me out for telling him what to. He goes, I'm in charge here. You're not. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And I started squaring up to him, and Chris had to walk me away.
Yeah.
We're playing a tournament in Holland.
I agree. I strongly disagree. That's good.
We're playing in a tournament in Holland. It's first game of the morning. It's Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Pitcher throws a pitch, literally moved my batter's shoelace.
Yeah.
Called a strike, and I just laughed. I laughed.
Me too. Oh, yeah.
So then he looks at me. 2 more pitches, same thing. Calls a strike. I look at Steve Samosky, this guy I've known for a long time. I'm like, "Did you see that?" He just laughed. Timeout. Come here. I want to talk to you. I said, well, you called timeout. You want to talk to me? I said, you need to come here.
Right.
He's like, I'm not arguing balls and strikes with you all day long. I said, I haven't argued yet. I just laughed. And I looked at the other coach and I'm like, did you hear me argue? He goes, no. He goes, I'm laughing at the same thing, but it's going in my favor. 2 pitches later, same thing. And I just turned around and went, I disagree.
Disagree.
Next one, I strongly disagree. And they say it in that tone. I don't yell.
Right.
And he was like, one more time. And I'm throwing you. I'm like,
Jesus.
So what?
Yeah, it's like, well, because me, at the end of the day, I don't care, right? Like, it's David finally got to see how much I don't care, right? Like, my job is not to win, right? Like, and
Angela asked me, she goes, would you ever coach again? I go, nope.
yeah, no.
She goes, boy, you said that real fucking.
But your job as a coach in those formative years is to not be an asshole.
Yeah, well, 100%.
And teach these kids sportsmanship.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So there's an umpire. He used to ump with Archie all the time at Pioneer Park. His name was Sam.
Sam.
Hello, Sam.
Sam.
So
So William and Gary were fucking partners.
So we're playing in a tournament in Rockford.
Yeah.
Sam's teaching his daughter how to ump.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've heard this story.
That's the strike zone.
Oh
My
yeah.
pitchers are crying. They're so pissed. So I'm like, I call time and I walk on. I'm like, can you give him some? So he comes like I've known Sam for years,
Yeah.
right? Charging at me. He stops at the third baseline. He's like, I need to talk to you. I walk out there. I said, what do you want? Just like that.
Yeah.
You know better than this. You've been doing this. I said, yeah. I paid a lot of money to play in this damn tournament,
Yeah.
and you're killing my pitchers. And he goes, I'm teaching her how to umpire. I said, teach her how to umpire in Little League, not this. I paid a lot of money to play here.
Yeah.
And then it was downhill from there.
Yeah. So then you know you're screwed.
But that's a huge thing that a lot of people. I understand you're playing a blue chip and you get a bad draw for an umpire and shit happens. And once an umpire gets pissed at you, you're fighting.
You're pretty fucked.
So, but to play in the blue chip, it's $1,000 to $1,500 to play.
Oh, yeah.
And I want umpires that are, and that's one thing I've always. His tournament we played in every year, we had great umpires.
We did.
And if I had a problem, we would talk about it. And
Why did we have great umpires?
Because you hired them.
Right, and I wouldn't have fucking kids.
Say I was a full-grown child. Well, and it was funny. All right, so the one game you missed, we actually. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. We actually had a real umpire. Okay, so we had 15-year-olds, right? Dave,
Most of it.
Dave, where the fuck was my strike zone this year?
It was like top of the head to right above the shoelaces.
I mean, this was my strike zone. Like and it was. I mean, it was. I'm a fucking big dude.
But you're
Literally,
there with
it
the ball.
changed.
You're not there to watch.
It literally changed every fucking batter though, because sometimes
But that's-
it would be right down the middle, and you're like, "Where did that miss?" Well,
Yeah.
it was low.
Okay.
No, it fucking wasn't.
But we just say, okay, thanks. Like I genuinely was curious on this one because the other 15, right? But so we get the one, and then actually the one girl that I had the conversation with, she umpired for us, and she had a really good strike.
She was good,
She had
yeah.
a really good strike. But then the one guy that we had, he had a real strike zone, and so like now my pitchers, like I'm 10 games in, and now my pitchers
You're like,
actually have
holy-
to try. And I'm like, fuck, like we haven't practiced this actually throwing the ball thing, right? Like we've just been, hey, they're gonna go for it, right? Like, and so I'm just sitting here like, and people are like, oh well, it's the umpire. No, it's not. You know what? Fine, it's all me. It's 100% me. I'm the problem. I'm sorry, right? I did not teach your kid to go dead center and do this.
I don't want any of my pitchers to throw the ball right down the middle.
No.
Never once.
So
Unless it's a 3-2 count and then the game's on the line, then I want you to throw it right down the middle and we're gonna play defense behind you. But you got to move the ball around.
I say I need to teach them to be a pitcher first before I can teach them to put positions, right? Because
Well, again, we have 9 and 10-year-olds. I'm not calling pitches.
No, God, no.
Because they don't have any fucking pitches.
Yes, they do. They have
The ball
oh
and a
shit,
strike.
that fell out, and yeah, that one went right.
My 9 and 10-year-olds, well, we had pitchers, so they could throw a couple pitches. I mean, it's change up and fastball, but
Yeah, but again, this was...
my rule is I have one rule: in front of the batter, not behind him.
Yeah.
I had a parent, and this is no joke. I mean, she was my starting catcher, and when she wasn't catching, she was playing shortstop. They thought she was a pitcher,
Yeah.
and at 10 years old, she threw a lot of pitches behind.
Mm.
So, never sat an inning. And her parents came up to me. We were in Traverse because we always played in Traverse City. That was our one weekend away, and we had
Yeah.
a great time. And parents came up and said, "We're not coming back next year because she's not getting pitching time." Because I was going to put her in. We were up 8-1.
Mhm.
I was going to put her in. 2 outs. They score 6 runs. So now
Oh.
I got to stick with my pitcher that they hadn't hit the entire game.
Right.
We had our 1 inning, and they got all pissed. The mom got all pissed. We're done. All right.
Cool. Bye.
So they hired a pitching coach, and she worked, and she was one out Seagull starting pitchers.
Okay.
And she went to Lake Michigan College, didn't even make it through fall ball, and quit. And now she lives in Traverse City. She's a realtor.
Sure.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's a huge thing.
That's because you didn't give
Yeah,
her
that
enough
was
pitching
me. I
time.
pushed her.
You didn't give her enough pitching
I
time.
pushed her.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, I know.
But again, how many
You
kids...
know who's not a pitcher?
Hmm.
I have a girl on my team who's not a pitcher. That's a fact.
Which one?
The one that's not a pitcher is
I had a lot of girls that weren't pitchers.
Tony's daughter, not a pitcher.
Oh, my God.
Is that the real coach?
So, Steve, I keep getting text messages because Nick gives my number out. I don't know why.
Because he doesn't want them.
My child really wants to pitch. I'm like, cool. Can you look at her? I'm like, yeah, I'll be there before the game on Monday at like 5:45. We play at like 7 or something. So, everybody wants to be there at 6 or whatever it is. It doesn't fucking matter. I'll take a look. How long do you need to look at a kid to figure out if they can hit or pitch?
3 or 4 pitches.
Right. So I get there like 15 minutes early. They're not there yet. So they show up just before the top of the hour. Fine, whatever. I see the kid throw, I don't know, 8, 9 pitches. Nick comes over. What do you think? I'm like,
No.
I mean, she's got the basic mechanics down. I mean, she worked at this. She could probably turn into a pitcher. Mind you, she's not very tall. So is she going to be a great pitcher? No. I mean, she's never going to throw 60, 65. But could she throw strikes? Yeah, she could throw strikes. So Nick tells me, I'm going to pitch so-and-so today. And I went, are you sure you want to do that? I worked with her. She sucks. And he goes, yeah, but worst they can do is score 4 runs. And I went, you're right. Because there was a 4-run limit for the first 3 innings. And I said, so...
It was amazing. Such a great...
was.
For me,
Especially fall ball.
that's what I'm saying.
100%.
Then you don't have people stepping off base and
Bunting.
humiliate.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I said to Nick, I'm like, so if she really sucks, which she does, can we go to this other kid? And he goes, I think that's a great idea. Cool. So she walks the first 4 fucking batters. And I'm like, I went out there after the 3rd. And I talked to the kid and I come off the field and all of a sudden she throws a strike and everybody's like, oh, he fixed her. No, he didn't. Because there's no fixing her because she can't fucking pitch. So she walks the next kid and I go on and make the change. And the other guy in the dugout goes, well, she's never going to be a pitcher. We have a kid on the bench that's on the fucking team and goes, but why not? Because her mother and I have talked and she's never going to be a pitcher. But why not? Because we said so.
I continued to pitch her.
I would pitch her every game.
So
I did up until the playoffs.
she pitches to the first batter, strikes her out.
Well, so not just that.
Pitches.
The coach goes, well, we're going to give up 4 runs. And I fucking
Yeah.
walked.
Oh, yeah.
One thing you should know about me, I will never lose it on you in front of other people until...
He was always negative on everything.
Dude, so I was like, hey, and like, at first I was like, I played it off, we joked, and I was like, we don't talk like that. Oh, I'm just saying, no, let me be very clear about what you're not doing on my team right now. Like, if it was David, I would have fired his ass. Like, I would have, hey, but don't come back, don't worry about it, no hard, no foul, we'll still fucking do this, but get the fuck off my bed. That guy, I couldn't.
So she ends up walking a kid.
Yeah.
Fine. Then she strikes the next kid out. So there's 2 outs, there's runners on second and third.
No.
All we have to do is get this kid out, and we held him to 3 fucking runs. And the kid that will never be a pitcher, all of a sudden, got us out of the inning.
Hold on, though. Travel kid?
Yeah, 100%.
No, I'm just saying because Dad's so helicopter.
100%.
Travel kid.
Oh,
Ground ball. This gets us out of the inning because all you have to do is throw to first base, right? What do? No, we throw to third.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Because there's no force out. And do we throw it to the third baseman? Fuck no. We throw it 15 feet over their head.
the game we lose to get us out of it. We've been yelling all season where to go, things like that. It gets hit, dribbled to my third baseman. Bases loaded, gets dribbled to my third baseman. And your third base, and this is where my third baseman stands. And every person in the park is yelling, touch the bag or go three or anything that has.
Because the girl at second base hasn't fucking moved and it's a force out.
Yeah, there's no, I mean, she has 10 hours to touch this base. She, I think, looks at every last person.
She did.
It's like she put a fucking smile on her face. Said, that bitch is going home. See ya! And then, whomp, 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 whomp.
The worst part is she overthrew the ball and the girl at second base is still fucking standing there. And then they picked up the ball and they threw it to first fucking base and the girl at second base is still fucking standing there. When did they throw it to third base? When she was standing on third base.
But that got overthrown and then she's gone home. And yeah, that was fun. It was, we could have ended it. We would have been, but all shit to do. Or even just go, anything. But nope. It's like she did this. I mean, I seen this fucking smut. See ya. Yeah. I'm like, oh, sick.
And what do you say to them? They're 10 fucking years old. You go,
Let's get it next time.
nice job, ladies.
Yeah, just say, bring it in. Just say, we got this next one.
My favorite is after a game that you should have won.
Yeah.
And I'm talking travel now. Just like these girls know.
Yeah.
I had one.
Or they should.
I had one girl. She's from Dalton. For the first 3 years, I took her on Avery's team because her older sister was a stud on the 16U team,
Mhm.
and they begged me every year, just take her another year. Just we need her sister. We need her sister. Her sister ended up pitching at Hillsdale, like good player. Every discussion after every game, win lose, put your hand down, shut up. Not now. Every time, not now. And you're not trying to be mean.
Yeah.
It's time to ask questions after I'm done talking, not while I'm talking.
Right.
Because you're going to ask me a stupid question. I know you are. But how many times did you call timeout and walk out to the circle and not coach them? Tell them a joke.
Oh, I don't. Hardly ever do I coach
It's a
them.
joke.
I come out there, I say some stupid shit, and then I go, "Hey, by the way, do this," and then I walk away.
And then they throw a strike the next pitch.
Yep,
And everybody thinks you're the smartest coach ever.
100%.
I walked out on the one, and I said, I walked out to the girls, and I bring them in, and they're like, and I said, "Oh, I just want your parents to think I'm actually earning the money that I'm out here for." These kids didn't understand the joke, right? But I was like,
Nick
all
did.
right, yeah, I was like, this is good for me. And I was like, huh, all right. So are we having fun yet? Yeah. I was like, cool. That's all I care about. I was like, I just was curious before we got to the end of the game because I wanted to find out before the other two coaches if you're having fun. And they go, okay. So then we get off, and like it's like the kids were so confused by what I was like.
Yeah, yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Confusing is the best.
Right. And they're like, huh. All right. So I get back in and I throw a bunch of seeds in my mouth and I'm, oh, okay, plays that one. Cool.
You know, my big thing is my job as that coach. Because, I mean, I coached JV under a coach that they hired over me because I didn't have enough coaching experience.
I did
I've
all
only
that.
I've only coached travel.
Can I just give a shout out?
Yeah.
He didn't hire somebody else because they didn't have enough coaching experience, and now he works for Sherry Ritz at Wayland.
I get a phone call one day because
Yeah.
they didn't have an umpire for a baseball game or a softball game.
It was a softball
And
game.
they were going to call me, and he goes, well, he's at Avery.
No, you didn't get the phone call. We sat there in the dugout, and the coach that I hate the most from Hopkins
That's
ever,
back there again.
that is back there again, goes, well, maybe we can get Mr. Osborn to call. I'm like, he's at Avery's game. And she goes, oh, Avery has a game today? I'm like, yeah. She goes, well, how do you know? I'm like, because I talked to Steve earlier. He's not fucking coming because he's at his daughter's game. And Adam walks by and I go, hey, why don't you have a fucking umpire out here? And he goes, oh, yeah, I screwed that up. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
He goes,
Mind you, that game, he shows up at Bicentennial Park. I'm coaching Avery's Little League.
that was
Bicentennial.
that was a different game
Oh.
because that one was at Hopkins. This one was the one where your daughter apologized to me after the second home run. That was a god.
I'm coaching my daughter's Little League game. He comes up and I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, oh,
This fucking
I
heifer.
killer.
This fucking heifer, every time she got a runner on third, she stole home. Every fucking time. They beat us like 36-3 because they could. Lexi hit the second home run and she rounded third and looked in the dugout and goes, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, dude, don't apologize. You hit a home run. I'm okay with that shit. Stealing fucking home is different.
Yeah. Well, that's what I say. That's Tony and I had problems because I wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you were there for that conversation with the other coach. Oh yeah, I said he did it on us a couple times, and I was like, I promise you that was not me. That those words did not come out of my mouth. I even told him we had one where it was overthrown, and the girl goes from third to home, and I told David, I said, this isn't how I want to play ball.
Yep.
This is not how we will play ball. I was like, I will yell to stop her next time. I was like, that I do not want to win like that. I do not want to play like that. That is asinine ball, right? Like it is.
It doesn't teach anybody anything.
But honestly, that's the hardest thing, and this is going to sound snobby as shit.
Mhm.
That's the hardest thing about taking kids who play,
Mhm.
not just travel, but competitive sports. Okay,
Try to
and
get
then you put them with kids that are average to
below average. My daughter is below average.
saying
Yeah.
and it's programmed like my kids, like all four of my kids, it's programmed to just you do this, it's automatic, right? So my oldest that he talks about
Mhm.
my wife used to always tell me, I love watching you when you're coaching third base. She said, because I'd have to give her a sign.
Mhm.
I would just, and she'd not, and she knew what to do. She's the only kid I've ever given the green light. You can do whatever you want on the bases, but if you get thrown out making that decision, we're gonna have words.
Yep.
But I'm never gonna question it because it was all just natural. You know what I mean? And it's hard to take a horse and slow him down.
Oh, I get that.
It is.
But as a coach, you can rein that back.
Right. And also, I can, right, there's a million I can, as a coach. That's the problem. That's my job as a coach, right? If
Kalen says hi.
if it's a pass ball, fucking gone. I don't care. If it's anything else. But if it's a shitty overthrow to here, you know what, we're gonna sit right.
And that goes back to the parents that think their kids are D1. I've had parents tell me she had a home run bunt. No, she didn't. She had a bunt or single with 3 errors.
Right. I got that a few times.
Era of Game Changer.
Yeah, but I hate it.
Okay, I've never did. Okay,
It's great because it.
No, it's not fucking great.
It is too.
You know when it's not great? When fucking parents are coming up to you going, "You got a lineup?" I don't have shit.
Right.
Well, isn't there a lineup? Yeah, there probably is, but I'm not in charge of anything, so I don't have shit.
I thought Game Changer was a thing that we had to use.
Oh no.
No. This is holy fuck. So,
do you know what every 9 and 10-year-old's batting average was on our team? Because fucking Tony knows.
Because of Game Changer.
Right.
Holy shit.
They took fucking meticulous stats. And mind you, I would hear shit like, "Oh, well, she hit a home run." No, she didn't. She hit the fucking ball to the second baseman. The second baseman booted it, and she just kept running around.
Do you know who the best bookkeeper ever is?
Your wife?
My wife.
Yeah.
Actual statistics?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Air E3.
like so my younger daughter played first base in high school.
Yeah.
Our third baseman couldn't get the ball to her.
Okay.
They adjusted the errors because they have a kid in the dugout keeping Game Changer.
Yeah.
And in a bad throw to first base is not the first baseman's error.
Right.
That's the third baseman's error. If they can scoop it and save them, that's huge.
Yeah.
But when they throw it over your head 10 feet, in the third baseman's dad went to the coach who changed all these stats because, well, your first baseman doesn't have enough errors and my daughter has too many. Then tell your daughter to fucking throw the ball right.
Say right.
My scorekeeper my first year at Godwin, anybody know who it was?
Marv.
It was not.
Dawn?
It was my daughter.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
She knew how to keep book because guess who taught her?
You?
Yeah.
I used to keep book for Pioneer Park for a little bit, especially during playoffs. So, how many times did I move for a ball this year? When I was doing batting practice, or when I was hitting to the girls for infield.
Oh yeah, you didn't move. Somebody else caught the ball.
Well, right. Even if I caught the ball,
You're not moving.
Throw it to me.
I'm this fucking large. You can't miss. You can't miss.
I would hear that shit all the time. You gotta hit me in the chest. This is a large target. You gotta hit me in the chest.
Yeah.
I used to have
You're just going. Oh, go get the ball.
my assistant coach used to get mad at me because I can no longer hit with 2 hands
Same.
because I have a glove on one hand.
Yep.
And they're like, "Well, let me catch." I don't need you to catch. What do you mean?
I
Well,
got
how are you going to throw the ball? I'm like, just like this.
Yep.
I've done it for how many years?
40 years of my life. Yes.
I mean, we had a home run thing because they used to do this alumni versus the varsity team, and my wife is an alumni, so she got to play against my daughter and all those girls.
Yeah.
And I pitched to the old ladies because they couldn't hit their pitching. And when we had a home run derby thing, and the girls made me do it, and I won it the first year.
Nice.
But I couldn't. I had a hard time swinging with 2 hands.
Yeah.
I haven't done it since slow pitch when
Same.
I was 25 years old.
Right.
Well, girls would say to me all the time, they're like, "I don't understand how you swing with one hand," because that's what I had to fucking do.
Right.
I coached for many years by myself. This is what you do. They're like, "Well, Yost would tell me all the time, we'll use 2 hands." I'm like, I can't. I don't know how.
It's this hand.
What?
Oh, absolutely.
It's your right hand, and you're just hitting.
Once David, I fell in love with his baseball or his softball bat because I was like, "Oh, I really like this. This
So-
is so much nicer."
I bring a softball bat one day because, mind you, I don't hit with a 33-23. I hit with a 33-19 and a half or 20 and a half because I'm swinging it with one fucking arm. I don't need a heavy bat to do that.
I dropped 10, 32, 22.
I'm not. So I bring it, and Nick goes, "Oh my God, I love this bat." I'm like, "Yeah, because it's light as shit. And you can just sit there and one-hand it." And he's like, "Yeah, this is great."
My favorite day was when Avery's team came up to me and they're like, "Can you put we're at Hopkins ball field and they're like, "Can you put it out?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Absolutely.
With 2 hands? Probably not.
No.
With
With
one
one
hand?
hand.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, I threw it up with my glove
yeah.
because that's what I do.
Yep.
Threw it up with my glove and I hit it and they're like, I'm like, watch with two hands. Nope. I get it to the track.
Yeah.
They're like, why? I'm like, because I can't do it anymore.
I say I'm old. I'm washed up. Is that what we want to hear?
If you're gonna do it, you have to do it. You just get used to swinging with one hand, and it's not natural anymore.
So our last practice every year, we had the pitching machine, the jug machine out,
Yeah.
and they would put my assistant coach in, who played at Hope, couldn't hit because he's used to baseball.
Yeah.
They'd put me in, and I can hit because I've been around softball for so much. I've taken batting practice.
Yep.
And it's a different look, but to me, because every time we have batting practice on the machine, what do? We bunt the first two. That's just timing. So I bunt the first two, and like, you're doing that. I'm like, yeah, that's timing. Because they would crank that jug machine up, and they thought I'm like, you're never gonna get me.
Right.
They might get me for two. You're not striking me out with it. It's straight.
Right. Well, that's the deal. Because his daughter said to me, she goes, "I'm not afraid when I hit off the machine." Right. It's throwing the fucking straight. You know it's not going to hit you.
I wish you could loosen that a little bit so when it thumped, it would move. Just a little bit.
Have you guys seen the new balls they came out with for the pitching machine? So this side is solid. This side, it's got like,
So it'll throw different pitches.
yeah. So if you put it in with the rigid side up top, it's a fastball. If you put it to the right, it's a curve. If you put it to the left, it's a slider
Or a drop ball or a rise ball.
Yeah. So it's granted the box they showed only had like 3 or 4 balls in it, and they're using on a pitching machine. And I was like, this is either really expensive or
it's gonna suck.
Right. Like, and so I was like, huh. But man, it can just do it. And I was like, this is perfect. Like, send that thing. Because it's funny because I played ping pong for a while and got
Table tennis.
Excuse me. Got into table tennis for a while. And have you ever seen, like, they have actual like training machines, and so it sits on the other side, like it's the whole thing. It has a net behind it and all that, and you can literally set spin onto this thing. And so it's like, why can't they do this with freaking softball? I mean, yes. Why can't we afford it for softball? Like,
this is how abusive I was. 9 and 10 years old. We're down. We won districts. We're down in state in Detroit, and Alexis Koza is our catcher, and she keeps pulling her head. So me and Steve Jenkinson and Donnie Nineheis. We're all coaching together.
Yes, my dad.
Yeah. We're all coaching together, and she kept pulling her head. So we had a 3-hour practice. Tell the parents, take girls for a little practice before the game. 3 hours later, we come back. They're pissed.
Oh.
I took her out in the outfield, told her to put a mask on. You're gonna kneel on your hands. And I sat there and threw softballs at her face, like 2 buckets worth.
Oh,
does it hurt? No.
No.
She never pulled her head again.
Yeah.
And I mean, that whole situation with that team was crazy. Dave Bannister was our pitching coach.
Oh gosh.
And Kelly Nineheis was a great pitcher.
She was.
So me and Donnie had a competition. First one to figure out what the changeup sign from the other team was.
Yeah.
And what we'd do is, when we figured it out, I'd say, okay, like his daughter would be up and be like, hey, let's go Kelly Nineheis. Say their whole name. You know it's coming.
Yeah.
These coaches would get so fucking mad. And me and Donnie were just... And so me and Donnie are both sitting on buckets. And one of us, we'd tell the girls, he's calling or I'm calling. Yep. And we'd all do our signs so that they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
These guys had one guy and he's just...
1, 2, yeah.
And I'm like, all right. Come on, Alexis Koza. And they just smile, and the coach are like, then they try to change it. 10 minutes later, my wife would be like, you guys are assholes.
Yes.
But, I mean, in that situation, you're playing to win state championship.
Mm-hmm.
I had kids before. If I was calling pitches and I had the other team calling it out, I'd go to my catcher and say, I'm just going to throw shit down. You call the game.
I'm too much of a control freak.
I was perfectly fine with that shit. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't have done it for a Godwin kid. But travel and Coopersville, way different.
Yeah, and it is. But I mean, the whole idea of this is parents need to just back off, settle down, and it doesn't matter how much you pay to play on a team. Find a good fit for your kid. There's okay. Tom Hudson.
Yep.
One of the best coaches in this area ever. He did the same. He had a team called the Cyclones.
Mhm.
My last game with Lexi's team or my last tournament, we started our first game against the Cyclones. And I shit you not, I could have puked because that's the man who I modeled the way that I did things
Yeah.
after. And the girls are like, "Why are you so nervous?" I'm like, "That guy." And there was jokes with him and Lex because he's known Lexi for a long time. And he's like, he looks at his catcher, she's by her center girl, and he goes, "She's going." She went. He's like, "Why can't you get her?" And Lexi's standing on second base, just looking at Tom, and he's like, literally, "I'm gonna get you."
Yeah.
She's like, "No, you're not." And he told her, he said, first or second pitch, she's gonna delay steal third base. She did. I mean, he's known her. And the girls come up to me his girls came up to me because we beat him by 1 run. That was the biggest win of my life.
Yeah.
And the girls came up to me and they're like, "How do you know what he's gonna do?" I said, "Because we share a brain." This is a guy that I've watched coach for years.
That's
And
who you learn shit from.
That and I wish that college softball wouldn't film from behind the pitcher.
Mhm.
I wish they'd film from behind home
Just like they do. Yeah.
so I can see the defense.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
You want to see where people set up.
that and how they set up and what they're like the whole hop thing before they
Yeah.
remember that thing?
Oh yeah.
Hillsdale watching that girl that played for us. Their camera was behind home plate. Loved watching it.
So we both know a coach that took my position. Okay. And I think this is the best compliment I ever got from Chris. He goes, after losing you this year, I understand how much work you put into scouting other teams. Because when you came into a game, you always had a plan to combat what they were doing. Your game plan was never, this is what I want to do. I'm like, right, because your current pitch caller is all about what he wants and not about what fits the pitcher that's pitching or what will attack that team the best or, what can win us this game. It's about what he wants. And that was never me. I never had that ego. It was, how can I have my pitcher attack this team that will put them in a disadvantage so that we can beat them? Because that's all I gave a shit about. And he would say to me, because there were times, like if there was a big game coming up, I'd be like, yeah, I'm out of practice at like 5:00 today, even though we would get out at 6, because I got to go watch so-and-so play. And he's like, all right.
Tell him the story with me and you, and you got in trouble.
So we're playing the Battle Creek tournament, which was the Gull Lake tournament. And I knew there was an opportunity for us to play Hopkins in round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, I'm going to approach this like you're the head coach, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I have a friend that knows how to pitch all of those kids because he coached all of those kids. So I call Steve and I'm like, all right, if I get Hopkins game 2, what can you tell me? And of course, Steve's a little salty because he didn't get that job. And he goes, do this, 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 this. I'm like, all right. So I took
every kid.
all these notes on every fucking kid on the team.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm giving you this, but you have to do me a favor. And I'm like, all right. He goes,
Have to use it.
when you go and you see Paul, you need to say, hey, Osborn told me how to pitch all your kids. And I went, all right. Because, again, I want to win. So get there for the first game. I see Paul. I said, hey, might see you in game 2. He goes, yeah, I saw that. And I said, yep. Osborn told me how to pitch all your kids. And he goes, really? And I went, yep. Just wanted you to know.
Just wanted you to know.
So, of course, he goes to Yost. And he tells Yost. And after the first game, which we win, but it was a little dicey.
Yeah.
So now we're going on to game 2, and the winner of game 2 goes to the championship game.
Yep.
Nick, are you supposed to win a fucking high school tournament?
Absolutely.
Do you give a shit how you do it?
No.
Okay. So we're going to game 2. Yost comes up to me. Did you say this to Paul?
Sure did.
I did. He goes, we don't play like that. You don't do that here. And I went, excuse me?
Yes, we do.
And he goes, that's not how we coach. I'm like, I don't know who you're talking to. That's how I coach. And he goes, all right, well, we're going to have a conversation. And I walk away because now I'm fucking pissed. And what did I do, Steve, while I was pissed?
Called it exactly how I told you to call it.
I called him.
Yeah.
And I said, this is what just happened. And he goes, what? I said, yeah, I just got bitched at for knowing how to pitch everybody and for telling Paul that I know how to pitch everybody. And he goes, tell him to shut the fuck up. And I go, I'm not asking any more questions. I don't want to know shit. Whatever happens, fucking happens. So there was one kid on the team, and Steve's like, I don't remember what it was, but it was, let's just say,
Don't pitch to her.
this one was, hey, if you throw high and in, she'll pop every ball up.
It's the third baseman that couldn't throw the ball first.
Oh, nice.
Steve's like, every time you throw high and in, she will pop the ball up. Doesn't fucking matter. Just keep her high and in, and she'll pop every pitch up. Every time she fucking came up, there was either 2 on or the bases were fucking loaded, and I'd call a high inside fastball. This kid would pop it right the fuck up in the infield every fucking time. We beat him, I don't know, like 4-1.
Nice.
Paul came up to me after that, and he goes, classy.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not coaching this team. My buddy called me, wanted a scouting report.
Right.
If he called me for a scouting varsity coach, that is going to be the varsity coach now.
Yeah.
I go watch Gull Lake play. They're playing a first round of districts.
Yeah.
They're going to bunt. She goes to my daughter and all of her teammates and says, Mr. Osborn said they bunt a lot. Did she play it?
Nope.
Guess how she got beat? They
Bunted.
bunted her to death.
Right. Again, we go back. So, because you're a big Tigers fan, you watched the when Cleveland took over our record. Right? How'd they win it though? Fucking small ball, right?
Yeah.
Just right in the middle. I was so mad. Then we go play them in the fucking playoffs, and we lay down that fucking sack bunt. And then, I mean, I was like, all right, that's payback. Like, that is what. But like, okay,
They don't bunt enough.
Right.
If you put a softball coach coaching a college softball coach and let them coach third base how they coach softball,
Mhm.
you'd win half your games.
Yeah.
Because nobody bunts.
No, ever.
No, I mean, and that's
But look at how the Tigers played. That whole series against, well, up until now, they've stranded 22 or 26 runners
Mhm.
on base. What kills me is all these people that I know that are big Tiger fans. After the second game of the Cleveland series,
Yep.
fired the pitching coach, fired the hitting coach. I'm like, 2 months ago, you were swinging on their sack because we were the best team in baseball.
Yeah.
We were up by 15 and a half games.
Yeah.
And we have the best batting averages. And now because it's players, it's not players going slumps. And you're blaming all the coaches.
you know.
The only thing that pisses me off more than anything, AJ Hinch calls every pitch.
Yes, and
0-2 against Cleveland. You throw a 102-mile-an-hour fastball, and where's it go? Where's it go?
Yard.
Gone. First game against the Mariners, 2-2. What do? You throw a 101 mile an hour fastball. Where's that go? Yard. Bye.
See,
But I mean, it's coaches make mistakes,
They do.
and pitchers make mistakes, even at that level.
oh, yeah.
They're gonna throw a pitch, and that could have been a high inside fastball that he just missed.
Well, that's one thing I couldn't get Chris to understand until after I left. He kept telling him, you're a varsity softball player. You should put the ball where I tell you to put the ball.
You're also 15 or 16 years old.
And I would pull him over and I'm like, dude, even if they're 18, they're going to miss. I said, didn't you miss when you were in high school? And he's like, well, yeah. Then aren't they going to miss? And he's like, well, yeah, I guess
I
you're
played
right.
against Chris in high school.
You did. I know.
God, you guys are old as shit.
And there are times you just fucking miss.
Mhm.
I mean, you and I,
Yep.
we will sit there and throw for 30 fucking minutes back and forth. Do you always hit me in the chest?
Nah, not always.
90% of the time?
At least 90.
90% of the time.
I'd
I'm
say-
going to hit you in the chest 90% of the time. But
95.
10%,
Yeah.
maybe I don't. Maybe I throw a little high. Maybe I throw a little low. I hold on to it a little too long.
Well,
I try to fuck
whoever gets the
around.
ball I'm playing catch with,
Yeah.
it's their fault.
That's
Oh,
that's.
100%.
If the girls miss it, it's your fault.
Well, say David threw one.
You got to have range.
David and I were playing catch or whatever, and all of a sudden one comes like towards my nuts, and I was like, "Oh, I got this," and I was like, "All right." Like, but I hadn't played catch in this is the first year my daughters wanted to play. I haven't played catch like a young boy in forever, right? And so I'm like, I go throwing, and I was like, "Huh." Like, all right, like this takes a second for this old arm to get warmed up. I was like, I'm only used to this motion. I'm not used to this motion.
All right, parents. Here's the funny thing: your kids can graduate from high school. They can be the best athlete ever. If they don't play in college and they take a year off, they suck.
Well,
Yeah.
say,
Because Lexi and Avery both went and played slow pitch. Lexi's like, I can't do what I used to do.
This is a true thing. Okay, so we open up every once in a while on Bucks and Brews. I sent this to my wife yesterday, and so it's hard. It's very hard. So I said, hey, I think bowling's given me depression in my life. I was like, no lie. I said it's something I used to be so passionate about, something I used to be so good at. I said I'm not good anymore. And I said, I know it's because I put in no effort, but it's something I'm supposed to just be great at, right?
Absolutely.
I devoted my whole life to this. And said, and year after year, thinking that I can still go out there and average over the 200, I was like, it's just so depressing. And I said, look, I'm sharing this with you because I love you, not because I want anything, right? But like yesterday was very like to miss a 3-pin,
Yeah.
right? Like that's a fucking 3-pin, right? Like yeah,
It's automatic.
I
You
fucking
would think.
I fucking went up there and went right to the outside of this motherfucker, and I said, are you shitting me? Like, so then I go.
And you just sit there and stare.
Well, and then I go up and I leave the 2-4-5. And I chop off the 2-4. And I said, oh my God. Like, okay, mind you, the first 2 weeks I gave myself excuses because I was coaching. I left coaching and came and I missed the first game each week. So I was like, oh, I just didn't have warm up. I haven't whatever. I've only bowled 2 games each one. I mean, I thought we were gonna annihilate these people last night. This is the dumbest thing I've ever. I'm currently averaging 170.
I'm 168 because I'm teaching myself how to bowl two-handed.
Yeah, but
But I don't like. Okay, I'm a good spare shooter. I normally am. 10 pins. I use a plastic ball, go straight,
Yep.
almost in everything.
Yep.
My son. So we bowl every other Sunday
Yeah.
at 1:00, and it's my wife and myself and my son and his girlfriend who's never bowled.
Yeah.
It's just for fun. But you know what? It doesn't matter.
No,
In your brain,
You can't just have fun.
especially like I don't miss 10 pins.
Right.
Two-handed, the ball swings out more.
Yep.
And it's so much. It's just a different motion.
And that was last night. Oh, Benson's calling. Like last night. Last night I took a big deep breath, and so finally, like I brought myself back. I was like, keep under it, and reach all the way out towards this 10-pin. I was like, who cares? Go a little slower. And I started picking like my last game. I, of course, me being the jinx I am, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be so proud of myself. I can actually spare it because I threw one strike in the whole 10th, the third game. I went through the 8th, opened in the 9th because of a fucking split. I couldn't get my ball to finish. To me, in my head, I'm staying behind this ball, right? Like, also, I think gaining a shit ton of weight. So, like,
You can't
when it comes around, I'm coming around my body versus coming through my body, right? So it's like I'm not doing the same motions, and there's just so much. And so, like, because every year I bowl nationals, and like my scores keep going lower and lower, and it's like, man, I'm like, but then I'm coaching, right, and I'm winning fucking state titles,
But you're not bowling.
right, and so it's my brain has still that fucking knowledge, right?
That's the hard thing because as we get older,
Yeah.
and that's what people have to prep their kids for this.
Yeah.
As your kids who are athletes get older,
Yep.
their mind is still there and they know what has to happen, but their body doesn't let that. Like golf.
Oh yeah.
I used to be a good golfer.
Yeah.
Now, I can't turn like I used to. And I mean, it's fun because my boys, they're both, like I said, they're both 6'3", 6'4", they're huge.
Yeah.
And they swing hard as shit at 22 years old.
Yeah.
You know, I can still play with them.
Because you're hitting it straight down the pipe.
But nah. but I'm 5 yards behind. You know what I mean? Like it's just not like it's more work that I don't want to put in because
Right.
guess what? I get done. I'm a Pepsi driver. I mean, I work my ass off all day long
Yeah.
till noon, and
Yeah, but you start at like 4.
you know, but
Yeah.
you'd think that I'd still have, but it's like the same thing you're talking about. Your brain still knows what it has to do,
Mhm.
but your body can't do it like it used to. So you got to figure out a different way to do it.
Yep.
And all these kids growing up have to think the same way because you're not going to be 18 years, 16, 18, 20 years old for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And now I'm the old guy. You know what I mean? Like that's just hard for me to grasp because I don't feel like in my mind I'm not old.
Right. Oh yeah.
I'm fucking old.
But and that's like
I'm 52 years old and it's hard for me to do shit.
yeah. So I finished third game. I moved 15 boards to the right, played like every other bozo that was there, just piped it up the fucking side, threw the hand to the side, and yeah, I threw some strikes or whatever, but like
Now you're down and in guy because you're old.
that's it, man. But like that's how I started bowling, and I wish I never changed. But anyway, because I mean, best bowler was Walter Ray, still is, right? But like he just played. I mean,
Well, now he's two-handed.
Two-handed, right? But you look at Norm Duke, right? And it was just down and in, right? And so, But all the greats, because you can play any lane down and in, right? It's just now you have to get, and so like my knowledge is a bowling ball, but like, so it's just very frustrating. And so like it was like the saddest thing I've ever had, because I don't hold myself to 230s anymore, right? And so like I knew, hey, you know what? I used to chalk it up like, oh, I'm fucking drinking, right? People ask me my average 3 pitchers, 5 shots. I'm having a fucking great time, right?
This is great.
Right. So like, sure, going to 210, like I'm okay with this, like 2 O's, plenty fine. To average what I'm average, like I've never averaged this low. And like I tried not drinking last night. I went the entire fucking, I got a Red Bull. That's what the first week I went 168. I was average, like, and then I pre-bowled the one, bowled like shit. And then, but I went 168, and I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like literally, I have a quadruplicate right now. But then I go 133. And I was like, this is not who I am. And I didn't even hit a 200 because I couldn't keep it clean. And so I go like 180 or something for the fucking last game. This is stupid.
First game of the league, we bowled 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I haven't bowled in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Grab my shit. First game, 225.
Yeah. It's stupid.
Second ball, second game, pop my bicep.
Oh.
Now I'm shooting 140, 146. I'm 160 something average. And all the guys that, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Guys that know you, they're like,
Well, and
it makes you feel dumb.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're not, in here, you're still that guy.
That's what I told them. I told them last night. I told the other team, I said, honestly, I walked into here expecting we were going to whip the shit out of you because I'm averaging 170. I expected that I was going to get so much shit from everybody for being a fucking sandbagger, right? I was ready for it. I'm not going to tell you I didn't try it. Like, I don't try to bowl a 133. Like, right?
No.
Like, my 2 teammates shot well above their average. We lost all of our points, and all of it was because of me. And trust me, they all shot over average. Like, it was just like, how the fuck does this happen?
The most humiliating day of my life. There's an old guy that I've known since I was a little kid, Dave Van Dam, been bowling around here for years. Had a knee surgery, 1-step approach.
Yep.
I walk into bowl one of the New Year's Eve tournaments. I think it was singles.
Sure.
I just came back from my 3rd shoulder surgery. I have a 175 average.
Yeah.
All in Dave's on my pair. I've known him since I was a little kid. He looks at me and goes, you should be fucking embarrassed. And I said, I am.
Absolutely.
But you know what? I'm going to use that 175 and I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah.
And you know what I did? I shot 175 and he wasted me because he got in my head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it literally comes down to in every sport. Both my daughters do the same thing. My boys, they want to play basketball so bad, but they're like, I just can't do that shit anymore.
No, now you play horse and you play around the window.
We play. We throw bags. We play golf.
You think you can play basketball, and then you bounce it a couple of times. You're like, this motherfucker's heavier than I remember.
But you also have to run down the court and dribble at the same time, and it's the dumbest thing ever.
Can't do it.
So, it's not you, it's me. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks so much for sharing
It's
this.
good though, right?
Yeah,
It's good. I like it.
Good Orange Honey. As always, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. Go Tigers here in the next few
Yeah,
weeks.
we're gonna go watch the Tigers win. Hopefully, I'll see the Cubs win tomorrow.
And parents, have fun with your kids in sports. Don't take it that freaking serious.
I totally fucking agree.
Invest in your kids.
Invest your money instead of spending all that money. Find somebody like Steve. You can put your kid on the fucking team. They can still play travel.
There's a bunch of them around, but you got to be careful because there are also crooks that will tell you that they're car salesmen. They'll sell you the world,
Yeah.
and it's bullshit.
You got to look for the right people. All right.
So, how are your drinks?
I really do love this Down East cider.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
I'm excited to get more. Hopefully, we'll get some more to Michigan here soon. It's an East Coast thing.
Yingling.
We'll
It's
be
here now.
It's on the east side. It's going to be in Grand Rapids in December.
we'll be back next week, I think,
Yes.
because Nick's not going anywhere, and hopefully, we'll talk about Cubs and Tigers wins. Thanks for joining, everybody. We'll talk to you again soon.
You've dialed in
To Box and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these
because
studs.
they know the
And
brews.
they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, cause shit's not funny.
Save yourself some beer money.
Bucks
And brews.
Bucks and
Bucks. And brews.
brews.
Bucks and Brews.